Hello, hello, hello. Interview failure. Um, Interview failure, Kimmel fallout, and some seasonal sweep patterns. So let's get into it. So I had an interview. I'm happy with the current company, but I got an interview sourced to me for a pretty top company, and I blew it. Essentially, preparing for interviews is tough because there's a lot of different things you have to do, and they don't all align. So there's a weak code question, which are good. Reviews. The issue is that is that I feel like a lot of companies are moving away from weak code. So you have to like study like a million weak code questions, and then at the same time be ready for the very basic stuff that's going to trip you up, like adding chars to each other, or and then sometimes they just don't agree with your take on things. Like I don't know how much I can really say about the interview, but there was one question where it was like there was a pretty simple fix that you can do, and they're like, "We want to make this into objects," and they kept trying interrupting me as I was doing it with dictionaries, and it's like, yeah, your way could work, but they kept trying to force me down another path, and like as I was trying to figure out how to get things to work. That's the thing. You haven't done things for a while. Like nothing you actually program in the real world is anything like the stuff you do for a coding interview, even if it's not weak code. Um, so I think what they really want is they want you to like demonstrate particular skills, like using objects and everything. And they're testing for that. If you don't use them, you look bad. But then I just got messed up on a few different like things I really should have gotten. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my review. Because it is definitely my review that's wrong. Um, did I just panic? Is that what happened? Like, I don't think I quite panicked. It just I kept being sloppy. Which, to be honest, is my problem with programming. I am not a clean worker. And you can improve things, but then you got work to do, you got schoolwork to do, you got all these other things, including this, where my dad's like, "Oh, you need to be more focused." It's like he's not wrong. That doesn't help. I think I have some kind of low degree of ADD, where I just want to do a bunch of different things, and end up doing nothing, and then I screw up the interview, which really sucks because I really wanted it. I really wanted the interview. I think I really wanted to pass because I know much people at this company. And I feel like I'm not as smart as them now because they passed something that I didn't. And it's my fault, and I don't know how to fix it in the future. I got another big interview coming up on Friday, and I'm like, am I just going to screw this one up too? Is that what's going to happen? Anyway, it's really depressing. I was like kind of out of it for like 3 or 4 days. That's why I haven't been posting here. Because you can't do that. You always have to be doing more and more stuff. Can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. So it's just disappointing. I always think that I can get to the next stage, and then I cannot get to the next stage. I want to be at the top. And why? Well, because yes, I'm looking for validation. Everybody does. Everybody's like, "Oh, you should just be happy with yourself." Bullshit. Everybody's looking for validation. You think Elon Musk is hiring a programmer to do well in video games because he's happy with himself? No, he's looking for fucking validation from the gamer types. Everybody does it, and the people who say they don't are lying. I think. Well, okay, some of them are actually just self-happy people. Good for them. A lot of them are just flat out lying to you and gaslighting you into thinking, "Oh, no, I'm good. Everything's good." It's like, no, it's not. But whatever. So I'm pretty happy with the Kimmel result. Yes, it's fun to say punish the guy or whatever, but that's just a bad look. We were winning the argument. We were winning the argument on free speech. We were winning that. Having the FCC come down and say, "No, get rid of that person." I mean, it's so much more effective just to say he sounds like an idiot. And oh, here's an example of the far left idiots on the left. Perfectly good. Make fun of them, use them as a weapon against themselves. But the whole FCC telling people. Now, the thing is that there does need to be consequences on the left for killing one of the basically the top organizing person on the right. There needs to be punishment for that because that is a damage. Like the Ross of Kirk is going to be damaging the Republican Party organizationally for the duration of what his lifetime would have been. So like 40 years. You have no idea how big of an impact that is. The impact in to make up for that damage has to be huge. But Kimmel didn't say anything that bad. Lying and blaming Republicans for their own guy dying is bad, but maybe we should train on fire on people who actually like are celebrating the death, not just somebody who's taking advantage of it to lie. So I'm okay with him being back on. He's probably gonna be dropped in a few months anyway because of financial reasons. There is a silver lining though. So the fact that he's still on, this spot is not gonna stay open. Somebody's gonna be filling in. And whoever they choose to replace him is probably going to be more effective than he is because Kimmel is pretty ineffective. He doesn't have the most audience. He's not the most entertaining. He's not the most charismatic. Whoever they replace him with might actually be good. And you have to worry about a late night host who's on the left who's actually good. That's actually kind of more dangerous than somebody like Kimmel. Kimmel is like basically doing as much damage as possible to the left, as he is now. Kind of like what happened with Fox News and Tucker Carlson replacing Tucker with Jesse Waters. Tucker is effective, but he has some crazy takes. He is not a mainstream host. He can't be. I don't think he wants to be. Jesse Waters fills that role so much better, and I feel like a lot of the stuff Jesse Waters is doing, like the Five or the Gutfeld Show or whatever, they're all team exercises. I like Tucker individually. I do not think he is the best team player. He strikes me as somebody who is going to go his own way no matter what, and that's just not the direction they're going with. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nice to have a team dynamic on screen. More entertaining. So yeah. Glad Kimmel is back on. Hope he gets kicked off soon for completely financial reasons. In the meantime, let him drag down his network. I'm okay with that. Final topic: sweep patterns. I don't know about you guys. I sweep so much more during like the fall and winter. That's why it's a really, really good time to learn something because you sweep more, so you can basically adopt more information into your head. But sometimes you don't sweep, and then it's just like you're up from 10:30 to 12:30, just laying in bed, thinking about all the mistakes you ever made in your entire life, and hating yourself for it. And that's just great. It always happens when you want to wake up early, and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to wake up early," and then you don't fall asleep because your body just doesn't get what it's supposed to do. You're not tired enough, and yet you're so exhausted when you wake up. It's just great. Um, Seasonal depression is a thing. But anyway, just wanted to check in because I haven't done this for a few days, so I just wanted to get my points up. Cheers.